What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Honesty Circle. It is me, your host, Sierra Elise, and I hope you're taking care of not only your spiritual mental health, but I hope you're taking care of your emotional and physical health so you can be your best self this week. Today's episode is going to be about improving your self-esteem. Let's jump right on in. So we live in a social media era. We're a lot of times comparing ourselves to the people that we see on social media on our timeline as we're scrolling on Twitter, on, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media app that you're using. A lot of times you're looking at other people and seeing like, oh, this is nice, or comparing what they have to yours. And in that comparison, a lot of times it makes how you feel about yourself go down. And so today, I just want to kind of talk about how we can do better in improving our self-worth and our self-esteem. So before, I want to establish the definitions and the difference between self-worth and self-esteem, because I think a lot of times they're confused. So I think if we get a common understanding of what those two things are, then we can use those and throughout the episode and talk more deeply about them. So self-esteem is how you feel or think about yourself. Okay. Self-esteem is seeing the value in yourself and knowing what you bring to the table. People use them interchangeably, but they're kind of completely different. Self-esteem says, I feel good about myself today. Self-worth says, I am valuable. I have value. Me being who I am, have value. So another example to show kind of a distinction in that is self-esteem would say, I'm not feeling the best about myself today. However, I know I still have value. So you can have low self-esteem and still have high self-worth. But I think that self-worth is the foundation of establishing high self-esteem, because you don't want to feel bad about yourself. You want to feel good about yourself on a regular basis. And so in doing this, it's important to put your self-esteem in things that are going to maintain and not things that are going to always change. Your self-esteem should be knowing who you are on the inside and not, okay, my hair looks good today, so now I feel good about myself. And so that means when your hair is bad, you're feeling terrible about yourself. Or your outfit. So, oh, my outfit's on today, I'm feeling great. But then when it's like your outfit doesn't look good, it's like, dang, I'm not feeling the best about myself today. So you want to establish your self-esteem on things that are going to sustain you. So you might ask, why is self-esteem important? Why do I need to think so great about myself? And I think self-esteem is not thinking that you're better than anybody else. It's just really thinking about you, and you are the focus of that good feeling. It's very important to have high self-esteem because it also affects like how you carry yourself and how you treat other people and see the world. When you have negative self-esteem, you have like a blurred lens, I think, of it. And you are addressing everything out of a negative view because you feel bad about yourself. A lot of times, how you interact with other people is a lot of the times a reflection of how you feel about yourself. So if you are attacking your close friends or your sisters or brothers or your parents for like small things, or like always having an attitude, or always, just treating them not the best, you can kind of reflect that back on you. It's like, how are you treating yourself? How do you feel about yourself that you're always going for someone else and what they're doing? So that's one part that I think that is very important, because, you want to be the best person that you can be to other people, but that won't happen until you are the best person to yourself first. So let's think about how you can go from having the low self-esteem or, medium self-esteem to start feeling better about yourself. So I have a few things that are going to help us. And I say us because, everyone can always do better. I'm not excluded from this. So it's going to help us, improve our self-esteem and our self-worth. Point blank period, self-worth needs to be the basis. You need to know that you have value. And that value truly comes from God, because you are not placed on this earth for nothing. Everyone adds something. If you're still here, means that God needs you here and that you have value. you're adding to whatever is going on in this world and going on in God's bigger plan. Another important key to improving your self-worth is knowing who you are. You can't listen to what other people say. One thing my mom always would tell me when I was growing up is that I would tell her what people had to say about me, and she's like, was that true? And I'm like, no. And then she was like, well, if it's not true, then why does it matter what they have to say about you? And that has stuck with me throughout my whole life, because it's like, why does what other people say matter if I know the truth and I'm confident in me and who I am and my intentions? And, why does it matter? It doesn't. Knowing who you are, can't build that on what other people say about you, because that's always going to change. You also have to know what you bring to the table. And I say that a lot of times, it's like, what are you bringing? To me, I always make the joke with my family. It's like that I bring the comedy, right? I know I bring the laughs, period. I know I'm funny. So for me, it's like, I don't care what anyone has to say about me. I don't care if no one else laughs at me. I think I'm funny, so I'm going to laugh. And that's what I think I bring to the table. Another thing is like learning your purpose in God. Like I said previously, that's very important to live intentionally and living towards that purpose. Another thing is learning what makes you you. And that's like comes with self-awareness and getting more involved and in tune with why you're the way you are, unpacking all that is and that makes up who you are. Another big key is comparing yourself to other people. Comparison is a thief of joy, number one. So when you continue to compare yourself to other people, you will never, ever be happy with what you're doing and what you have in your own life. If you're always looking like, oh, dang, they have a better this than me, they have a better that than me, then you're never going to look at what you have and be thankful and grateful for it. So be thankful and grateful for who you are. Don't be like, oh, she has better hair than me, he has a better outfit than me, his girl is finer than mine. Like, just stuff that doesn't really matter. Like, be happy with what you have. The J. Cole song that says Love Yours. That's one of my favorite songs, because it reminds you that, like, you're never going to be happy till you love what you have. You are never going to be satisfied until you learn to appreciate and be grateful for the things that are in your life, and not looking for better, looking for greater. Look at what you actually have and be thankful and happy for it, because the old you probably would have been so happy with where you are now. So be thankful for it in that moment. Exercises that I think help when it comes to establishing and also developing and growing your self-esteem is affirmations. So I know I posted this on Instagram one time, and it was saying like, you are capable, you are worthy, and you are a conqueror. So saying those things constantly, reminding yourself who you are, just gets it more ingrained in knowing the value that you bring. And just look in the mirror and say, I am valuable every day. I am valuable every day. That begins to make that foundation in building your self-worth. And then with that self-worth, then you can grow that more and having higher and increased self-esteem. Because, we want to be, like I said earlier, you want to treat yourself the way you want others to be treated. So if you don't think highly of yourself, who else is going to think highly of you? Come on, let's be real. If you are not out here like, I am great at being me, I'm not better than anybody else. I'm trying to say that I am better than, DJ down the street. I am great at being who I am. I don't need to be anybody else besides me. I'm my biggest competition. I'm on my own path, and I'm doing what I need to do to get where I need to go, not where everyone else needs to go. This is my path, my journey. This week's 2 cents is going to be 2 different songs. So one that I mentioned earlier, which is J. Cole, Love Yours. And that's just, a reminder of, love what you have and who you are. My second song is Comparison Kills by Jonathan McReynolds. That just reminds you not to compare yourself to what other people have, because I think that's one of the main keys that I talked about. So yeah, Love Yours and Comparison Kills. Definitely check it out, or don't. That's just my 2 cents. That's all I have for today, guys. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode. If you like anything that you heard, please subscribe and share with a friend, and also follow us on Instagram at The Honesty Circle with the _ at the end. Thanks again for listening, and go conquer your week.